I think perfectionism is killing my dreams. Through my life, every time when I find something that I'm interested in and I try to do, all of a sudden start setting myself super high standards that are basically impossible to reach with my skill level because I only started with it. And then that creates such intense anxiety and fear that I'm gonna fail. It's like my brain starts telling me that I will never able to reach a certain level, like my favorite YouTubers that I watch, that their videos look amazing, but then is this real? Like, was there a filmmaker who had zero experience and got to that point of production? Probably not, right? It's something that follows me through my whole life and is deeply connected with the fear of failure. Because failure in our society is deemed to be bad. Actually, when we are really small, when we are babies, everyone is so supportive about us failing. Not like that they want us to fail in life, but when you learn how to speak, everyone is so glad if you say total nonsense. But they see that you are trying to mimic or trying to understand something that they say. So they are so glad that you failed, but you tried again. Or if you learn how to walk, it's pretty much the same situation. Like, people are so glad when you stand up and you fell down and you stand up again. And they will cheer you and they will push you and they will be so supportive about you failing, because we all know that that's the way how to learn, how to grow, how to get better at something, right? Well, that changes really fast when you get to school. When you get to school and you fail, you will be punished. You will be punished with bad grades. You will be punished by your parents that you got to bad grades. And eventually you will learn how to punish yourself mentally because you don't want to fail those who are dearest to you. When you are a kid, you often see your parents as gods in a way. Like, they are all-knowing. They are those who provide you with food. They are those that will love you, that tuck you in bed. Those that will help you if you have a boo-boo. Like, they are like higher beings. And you don't see how flawed they are. Just, they are humans and we are inherently flawed. We fail. We make mistakes, and that's what is part of us. There is nothing that is perfect. So me getting stuck in perfectionism is just such a difficult thing to deal with. You have a story, right? And there is always some kind of villain that is opposing the main hero. Like a conflict. I actually learned about it when I was preparing for my matric. It's an internal conflict for me in this situation where I need to overcome my fear of failure and my standards that I set in my brain for myself, because that's the weirdest thing. Even before I posted the first video, I thought that no one will watch it, first, or second, that people will laugh at me, be embarrassed of me, make jokes of me. Actually, I kind of like jokes and I like to joke of myself as well, so that's okay. Yeah, I was scared that that's gonna happen, and the reality, that's the thing, like the disconnect of me, how I think of the thing, is so out of touch with reality. Because when I released the video, so many people gave me so positive feedback. Why is it raining again? I hope the audio is not gonna be messed up, but it's part of me overcoming this perfectionism, right? Or let me change the position. Like, this thing happened many times with me. It happened with me drawing. I was drawing for actually quite a while. I put a lot of effort into it, a lot of hours where I was sitting drawing basically boxes. I went through a course where I learned how to draw fundamentally, and fundamentals of drawing is basically just simple shapes, and one of the simplest shapes that is used widely is box. So I put myself through a challenge that I drew 250 boxes. I drew few boxes every day, and I got better at it, right? Naturally, because in the beginning it was terrible, but then I was getting better and better and better and better. Like, this is my sketchbook. You see here that I was doing some basic drawings. Then actually this one I'm kind of proud about. I think it's the first one when the person actually looks like a real human, and it looks kind of nice. It felt nice to finally see that it actually looks somewhat like a human. It's far from perfect, but it showed the progress that I did. And eventually I stopped, right? Me feeling like this doesn't really have a potential to bring me some income. Then second one where it happened was coding. I taught myself JavaScript. I built projects. I was able to build a game. You can see now, you can play against the computer, against a program, where you try to hit their ships and they try to hit yours. And it works and it looks kind of good. And I produced it. Not like I would write to an AI, create me this page, but I literally went to the code and I wrote line by line the logic and how the website looks like. And I was overcoming this feeling, and that's where I learned that how to overcome this is to just do things. Like the thing that you fear of to do, that you feel like you're never gonna be good enough to do, that you self-criticize yourself, that is not by your standards that you have. You just need to do it anyway. That's the reason why I set myself that I will post video every week, and I told it to you, because then I put accountability on myself through you, that I will produce the video no matter its quality. And that's the whole point, right? I literally set myself a limit, a deadline basically, when I'm gonna post the video in whatever state it is. And that will make me to really do the thing and eventually put it out there without me overthinking every step and what could be better and what could be worse. But it's not perfect. I need to produce this video now because yesterday and day before that I should have already written the script, and I didn't, because I got into the same mindset again. I set myself like crazy high standard that I need to like produce like movie grade video, of course, because now it's my episode 4. Damn, that's crazy. And I felt like it needs to be great now. It's like I have some skills, so I need to push it to another level. But that's why I decided to not even comb my hair, not even shave my face, and to just be in my roughest hoodies. I even have holes on my sleeves. In a way, I thought to myself that like in a movie, the characters have costumes, right? To reinforce the message, to reinforce the identity. So I felt like I will just come here and do this video how I look now, right? Like my message and identity of these stories is me being me. And this is me, unpolished, unfiltered, just me, how I look when I do not record, right? How I just am. And it's super scary. Like, I would like to keep certain image when presenting myself online, right? Like, if the video is seen by 20 people, like imagine 20 people. I was in a classroom in my high school with, 25 people, and that's a lot of people. So obviously, me presenting myself in my roughest it brings me fear, but I need to do it. I need to do it for myself to fight the feeling that it needs to be perfect. I bring myself imperfect and authentic just to show myself that that's what I do here. I do videos about myself, for myself. I do it because I like it. That's the thing with YouTube. I do not think about it as a potential of income. I think about it as an art. I know that normally when we say art, we usually think about like paintings or music or poetry or something. But really, art is self-expression for me. That's the idea of what I tell myself is art. And for me, this is an art. Like, I want to use it to express myself, what I feel, how I look at the world, and share it with someone. I do have a plan how to make money, just to keep this as a hobby of mine in a way. If it ever will make money, I will be glad, right? Because it's gonna help me to create more videos and better videos and all that. But really, I want to keep this for myself. A pattern that I learned about myself, that for my sanity, I need to have some creative output. I need to use my creativity. I always felt like I'm like a logical guy, and I didn't want to tap into the creative way because I thought that these art stuff are like unimportant. But really, this is the villain of this story technically. If there is one opposing force of the main character of me in this story, it's this. It's my own thoughts that are hunting me and making me to abandon the dreams of mine, which is scary. But every time I failed, I learned, and now I know how to fight it in a different way, how to go in a different ways about it, to try to overcome myself. So, story of me putting myself to a state of anxiety. It's wild. Like, a lot of it is from school, right? We are literally conditioned to fear of failure. We are conditioned to not fail and to be the perfect version of ourselves, to succeed in life, to have opportunities further, right? But that's not the way for me. I never fit into that system, and I never will. And I came to the point where I gave up on trying to fit in. I gave up on trying to follow the same route as is taught to all of us that we need to follow. I am committed to it. I know this is part of my art, and I am gonna enjoy it. I will get used to it, and I will work with it. Yet another talking video. You can see behind me how beautiful weather it is today. It's raining again, there is no sun, it's cold. So yeah, I am excited for some sun, I'm not gonna lie. Funny enough, I am being hard on myself to create a script. I think creating a script is one of the most difficult part for me. The ironic part is that I'm scared of me writing a script, but I really do not use the script. I should start writing myself only the outlines, the points that I want to talk about, to keep myself accountable that I will stay on topic. But really, I do not really read the script. I just talk from myself and from what I feel in my core that I want to say. And often I do that when I'm trying to fall asleep. The best time to write your script and think about videos is when you try to fall asleep, because you are certain that you're not gonna fall asleep, and then in the morning you're not gonna remember the ideas that you had, right? So it's a rough job to deal with your own brain sometimes. But something that this taught me, that me failing all the time in everything I do, taught me certain amount of resilience and grit, which I love. Like, I know that you need to fail over and over and over to get better at something. I never really was good at anything, so I know that the only way to get good at it is to fail. Like, failure is so ingrained in us that it's crazy that we teach ourselves that it's something to be feared of. yeah. And I hope if you are in the same position that this could help you to feel not alone in it, because it can be really lonely sometimes and we don't share these things. And I still feel uncomfortable about sharing it, because I know that, like, sharing our fears and vulnerability is, especially for men, usually seen as something bad, but like, I do believe that's why there is such a high suicidal rate with men. Like, if you're not gonna share what you feel, how you can deal with it? If you're gonna just keep it in yourself forever, it's gonna eat you from inside. And eventually there is a chance you're gonna give up to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit heavier topic, so it's okay if this one's gonna be the one that is not gonna be really well accepted. For a while I think to myself that, especially lately, it feels like we are separated and we need to defend ourselves all the time. At least that's how it feels for me. Like there is so much separation between people, and I'm part of it. That's what I would like to focus on in the upcoming year. I think we as humans and animals overall, we have way more in common than we like to accept. Like the more I travel, the more I see how people just want to be loved and safe, and no matter where they are, it's all the same. Yeah, okay, let me end this video because it's gonna be long and I still need to I need to keep it under 15 minutes, right? Yeah, that's something definitely as well. I always feel like I'm scared that I'm not gonna have enough content for the 15 minutes, so I feel like I need to write a super long script. But really, last video was 30 minutes, the one before was 20 minutes, so I think the issue is of me like overreaching. That's what perfectionism is, right? You always try to push yourself so hard just to feel safe that it's gonna be good enough, but effectively this gonna be hurting your progress and you being really good in the long term, because if you're gonna stay with this, it will maybe consume you as it did to me, and you actually never gonna start because you are scared of it not being good enough. Yeah. Okay, thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here, and if you want, you can put a like, you can subscribe, you can write a comment. Peace. That's what I did take. Bye.